Nora is back. In A Doll's House, Part 2. Yes, there's a sequel.
Oh, Nora. Hello, Anne-Marie.
Set 15 years later, but written almost 140 years after the original.
It's good to see you.
Where did you get the idea to do a sequel to A Doll's House?
It started with the title. I wrote the title on a piece of paper and it made me laugh.
Lucas Nath wrote Part 2, currently playing on Broadway.
I kept on telling people, well, someday I'm going to write a sequel to A Doll's House, just because it sounds audacious to do that.
And it was called A Doll's House Part 2, and I was, Part 2? I don't know what this writer is imagining, that he has the nerve to call his play a Part 2.
Just so you know, there have been other men, several after you. I've had lovers. I've had a life.
Laurie Metcalf plays Nora.
But I thought, but it's probably got some guts to it, but the fact that he chose to title it that way. And it probably had some humor to it.
If you've ever wanted to get married again, haven't you ever wanted that?
No.
Not even the possibility?
No, Nora, I haven't. You sort of killed that for me.
She's right. Unlikely as it sounds for a play about a broken family, there's humor in almost every scene.
You don't get angry.
Of course I do.
Maybe once you
Right now I feel angry.
Right now.
Even intense marital fights like this one between Nora and her estranged husband, Torvald, played by Chris Cooper.
You don't act! Constipated.
Oh,
And wrestling with a famously complicated character who made a still controversial decision to leave her family. In this scene, she and her daughter Emmy, played by Condola Rashad, confront that decision together.
I actually think in a lot of ways things turned out better because you weren't around. I think I'm better at life because of it. I had a lot more responsibility. I had to deal with some difficult truths about life at an earlier age than you usually have to deal with those types of things. I feel bad for the kids who growing up had the usual life. I feel special.
Well, that's good.
you left. You left me.
But making a marriage work was not Nora's top priority in 1879. And when she returns 15 years later, she isn't exactly greeted warmly.
And when I think back on what happened, I think to myself that I have one big regret. I wish I left you.
Nora comes breezing back home to get something and not realizing, I think, a lot of the damage that has been done in the 15 years. Each person gets to take their punches at Nora, and they all get to say, this is what you did when you left.
After all the problems I've already fixed for you.
Even the nanny, played by Tony winner Jane Howdyshell, takes her wax.
You, Nora! You! You have zero gratitude. I raised your kids. You should be coming in here. First words out of your mouth should have been, thank you, Anne-Marie. Thank you for abandoning your own life and your own child and raising mine so I can go off and do my little thing.